may not get 3. It's okay. Whatever we do is fine. Welcome to Yogaxpress, the mobile stretch clinic that takes yoga to the people. Once again, we have our wonderful guest right here with me, always by my side. I really appreciate you coming back, Josiane Hird. Josiane has a wonderful balance of practices that she spares time for. I don't know if you still do it, but I know you do belly dancing. You used to do belly dancing.
Used to do, yes.
Boxing, sailing,
taekwondo,
aikido, all the do's. Do means energy, correct? So Josiane is into all the martial arts, and her common denominator is yoga. She believes yoga brings everything together.
Wonderful link.
It's a wonderful link. And that is a wonderful endorsement for us too, so I'm happy. And as you can see, Josiane is a yoga addict as well. So she keeps coming back for more despite her injured knee. My name is Banu Suresh. And this program is called Yogaxpress. Yogaxpress is a yoga health show that airs Monday through Friday at 1:30 on Time Warner 57, RCN 84, and FiOS 35. So stay with us, stretch with us, and just feel wonderful. Release all those wonderful feel-good juices called endorphins. Every time we stretch, we are helping our body release feel-good juices called endorphins. And endorphins give you a beautiful rush that stays. It's not like adrenaline. Adrenaline gives you a peak and then you come down. So if you have a cup of coffee and you're feeling all energized, you want to stay at that peak. So have your cup of coffee and then come stretch with us. So the endorphin rush will help you stay at that level. We also have a beautiful crew with us today. Thank you. Kevin and Manny are handling the cameras today. We have Rosetta, Danny, and John in the control room, and Kristen Kofa has facilitated and set up everything for us with the wonderful gobos, the lights, the sound system, everything in place. Unfortunately, Nell Greenfield couldn't join us yesterday. We're not sure if she can come today. She has been invited. If she does, that's great. If she doesn't, we're going to continue where we left off yesterday. We're first going to finish what we started to show you yesterday, 3 simple ailment, they're not necessarily ailment. These 3 simple breathing techniques that follow after your ailment-specific sun salutation sequence. Yesterday, Josiane and I, did we do 9 postures in the sun salutation,
Yes,
Josiane?
we did.
9. What we did, we brought an interesting twist, literally a twisting posture. Parsakona Namaskara, we added it to a sun salutation. That makes it very complete. As Josiane knows as well, the spinal flexions and inversions in sun salutation, really, they're wonderful for your spinal health. But the only muscle group that we did not target in our traditional postures, sun salutation sequence, are the obliques, exactly. And I really appreciate that you reminded me about that, Josiane. So that makes your sun salutation perfect, and it's nice and complete. Josiane, you remember before we started this episode, you also mentioned something about 108. We talked about the 108 times of the sun salutation. You said something in regard to that. Do you remember what you said?
Yes, also there's a good luck. The Chinese believe there's the jade beads. 108.
Rosary beads.
Yes. I don't know if they're rosary beads, but they are just beads that they use as a weapon.
Oh.
It's also used, and also it's a protection.
Right.
There's a lot of connotation.
Like a
with,
good luck charm.
Yes, there's a lot of connotation with the 108. There's a lot of meanings to it.
Right.
I'm trying to find out more about it.
And if you realize 108 is also a multiple of 12. It's a multiple, I think 12, 10, no, 12 11s are. 11 times 12 is 108. But 108, coincidentally, is also a very auspicious number in the Indian culture. Most of our gods have 108 names. So Lord Shiva, Lord Ganesha, whatever. But we're not going to go into the religious side. This program is about preventive healthcare. It's about yoga health. We're going to stay with that. What we're trying to tell you is numbers have a significance. And if you think that by revving up your engines, your inner engines through the sun salutation is all you can handle, each sun salutation to complete the sequence should take you 1 minute. If you can do it 108 times, that's great. But if you do it about 10 or 15 times, that's 15 minutes of stretching every day. And if you do the adapted version that Josiane and I taught you yesterday, you've already worked all your major muscle groups, glands and organs. You've refreshed everything. So Josiane, let's complete the breathing. Josiane's going to sit in Padmasukha where you are. You don't want to go in Padmasana today. Let your knees get better and then we can get into that. I'm going to sit in what's called the Vajrasana. Vajrasana, I keep my forefinger and thumb together, keep my palm facing down. Josiane has her forefinger and thumb together, palms facing up. Now the reason I need to sit in this position so it brings my torso up, when we do the breathing exercises, we want to fill the middle part of our body with fresh oxygen. Want to inhale and exhale beautifully. So we want to make sure, if you notice, if folks at home, if you remember or if you recognize, we don't have any organs or glands in the lower extremities or in our arms, upper extremities. It's all, most of them, of course, you have the brain and the pineal and everything in the upper part, but most of the glands and organs are between the shoulder and the hip. That's where you want your oxygen to move around. And also, of course, we need a lot of oxygen going to the brain, yes. If we don't do that, we can't control any of our movements. So let's complete what we started out to do yesterday. After your sun salutation, try this tri-fold breathing sequence. We start to inhale through the belly. We do 3 inhales and exhales. And then we take a full inhale. Let's not do the alternate nostril. Let's not use our fingers. Just keep our palms down. We just fill our whole middle body with air and then exhale, release the whole thing. Then what we do is we may do a little bit of a lock called Jalandhara Bandha. I won't go into that now. I'll teach you the technique as we get to it. Let's try the belly breathing first. Inhale through the belly. So make your belly nice and distended so your belly is full of air, and then exhale. Take your lower abdominal muscles as deep as you can. Inhale one more time. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. If you notice what Josiane and I are doing, we're using a breathing technique called Ujjayi. Ujjayi breathing is a guttural breath from the back of your throat. Josiane, just make that sound one more time so they hear nice and loud. Josiane is inhaling and exhaling through the back of her throat. Her exhales are much stronger than her inhales, which means she's detoxing faster. So remember, exhale is more important than inhale. Inhale happens. So this time we're going to use the same Ujjayi breathing. We're going to breathe through the back of our throat. Just pretend, when you're young, when we are young, the little kids who come, mom, mom, they get so excited. The breathing comes from the back of their throat without even realizing it. And really, that's all it is. It's just a guttural sound, a whispering sound from the back of your throat. So we're going to take that, use the same breath, and take a full inhale. Fill our lower abdomen, upper abdomen, and our lungs with air, and exhale with the same sound. We're going to try and make our exhale a little longer than the inhale. Let's inhale first. Sorry, I didn't announce the exhale, but you know what to do. When I'm full of air, it's a bit hard to tell you to exhale. But Josiane knows, folks at home, when you've inhaled so much, you want to make sure you don't hold your breath. Especially if you're asthma prone, do not hold your breath. Let's try that one more time just to redeem ourselves. Now, inhale first through the belly. So distend your belly, extend your belly, fill it with air, fill your upper abdomen, fill your chest, and then you start exhaling from the top down. So you collapse your chest, then collapse upper abdomen, and then the lower abdomen. Let's try that. Let's see if we can give it some kind of a sequence. Inhale. There is a slight variation to this breath, and it's called a full yogic breath. You could inhale through the belly, take it all the way in, extend your chest, fill your chest with air, and then you can collapse your belly first and then collapse your chest. What we did was we collapsed our chest first and then got it all out. So it just meant that we wanted more oxygen to go in the middle part of our body, so we collapsed at last. So there's more time for the air to refresh our organs inside. Now the next one we are trying to attempt, it's called, first of all, to do the next kind of breathing where we try to oxygenate all the glands in the skull region, just above the neck. It's called Jalandhara Bandha. Jalandhara means throat, basically, or neck. And what we do, we use a little technique called lock. So we're going to inhale and we're going to tighten. So I cannot see you do that. I cannot sense you do that. All I can do is to tell you how to do that. So we inhale, fill. Well, you're not physically filling your head with air, but you are inhaling completely and then tightening at the throat. So when I tighten my muscles at the base of my throat, I will not be able to speak. So I need to explain right now what's happening. When your skull is full of air, what's happening is the oxygen moves around. It's refreshing your brain, pineal glands. It's basically making your face look nice and fresh. So we're going to use Jalandhara Bandha. So what we're going to do when we fill our face with air, we're going to tighten, lock. It's a throat lock. We're going to lock, tighten the muscle at the base of our throat. Let's inhale. So folks at home, you may not notice us physically making any movement, but what you are trying to do and what we are trying to demonstrate is that you want to fill this region above your shoulders. You want to fill the skull region with fresh oxygen, hold it for a few seconds, and then exhale. Again, if you're asthma prone, maybe you don't want to hold. You just want to fill up and exhale. Now, we have completed what we set out to do yesterday. We really wanted to finish that. These 3 brief breathing techniques are good to attach after your sun salutation. It really completes your practice. So, Josiane, you had a wonderful suggestion today. Tell me again what we were going to do. I've jotted down your notes.
The lion.
Yeah, we have both for the eyes and for the facial muscles. Josiane has had a beautiful suggestion this morning. She suggested we teach people how to keep their facial muscles fresh. Most yoga postures, we do a lot of body movement. We don't realize that the face has a lot more muscles that we don't attend to all the time. Like Josiane is very expressive. She speaks sometimes with her eyes. When I remember once I forgot to do the other side and you did this with your eyes. So I knew that she wanted me to, complete the posture on the other side. But yes, the eyes are also very important. So the eye muscles need to be exercised. So shall we do the lion first or the eyes?
Let's do the lion.
You love that, don't you? Okay, we're going to do we're going to get into a posture called the lion posture. It's not very intense and it doesn't look all that fabulous. But the idea is
it's very
helps.
Effective.
Very effective. Thank you. You gave me the right words. It actually helps us exercise every muscle in the face. So folks, don't be afraid. We're going to try and look like lions, but what we are really doing is we're going to stick our tongue out. And camera folks, please don't get us too much in close-up, but folks at home need to understand that this posture is simply to make sure that you are able to exercise the whole face, all the facial muscles. Josiane, you're going to be sitting in Padmasana. I'll sit in my favorite Vajrasana. In the lion posture, we're going to pretend we're all little lions, old lions, young lions. So bring your palms out in front of you. Josiane is sitting in cross-legged position, so she's not going to go too far forward because she won't have that reach. Now I'm sitting in Vajrasana, so for me it's a little easier. So I'm gonna extend my palm. Now once your palms are out, your fingers are nicely splayed, nice and flat. All we're gonna do is take a nice deep breath through the nose, and as we exhale, we're gonna stick our tongue out. And don't get scared, I warned you already. We're gonna stick our tongue out, and we're gonna exhale totally. Inhale. Now, if you don't like the way you look, move the mirrors out of your way. The idea is to just move all the facial muscles, especially the muscles around what we call them crow's feet, the muscles around the eyes as we age.
The mouth.
The mouth as well, definitely. And in fact, what I've heard, Josiane, as we grow older, the muscles around the mouth are impacted and they show age lines. But if you smile a lot as you do, those are beautiful age lines, and they can be controlled. So by smiling a lot, we're able to control the muscles around the mouth. The muscles we cannot control are the ones around the eyes, because the eyes are involuntary. Of course, we have a tendency to crinkle them, but that's not really a control. That's to get less glare in the eyes. And of course, some people have eyes that speak to you, eyes that laugh, which is wonderful. So we don't think of these lines as crow's feet. We think of them as just laugh lines, lines on the side of our mouth, laugh lines, side of our eyes, I don't know, love lines, whatever. Let's try the Simhasana one more time, then we'll teach you a little exercise for the optic nerves. Inhale. I'm going to put our tongue back in where it belongs. We're going to help you also exercise your optic nerves by helping you understand that there are 8 optic nerve points. Actually, let me see. 8. And let's try and do all 8. It's not, now I may need to take off my fancy glasses because you may not be able to see my eyes, but I can't see you, so okay. We use Josiane's beautiful eyes as a demo. I'm going to move my eyes with Josiane, but Josiane's eyes are going to really show up, so let's do that. Now the eyes have 8 optic points, and you might notice that when we go to the ophthalmologist, they also have this equipment which asks you to look at different points. Mm-hmm. That is the reason for it. You have 8 points. So the first point is middle between the eyebrows, and then you have another point just between the eyebrows is one, then you have one just above the right eyebrow, to the side of the right eye, below the right eyelid, and then at the tip of the nose, and then below the left eyelid, to the left of the left eye, above the left elbow, left eyebrow, and yes, and that's the middle. So that's already 8. So I'm going to follow this little cheat sheet. You have it there as well. So that's where our eyes are, right eye, left eye.
We start with right or left? Right.
You can't do it differently. You have to do both, right?
Yes.
I'm not very talented. I can't take my eyes. But
So we start
different.
right?
Oh, you mean moving? Oh, I thought you meant with the right eye one side and left eye. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Yes. Let's start moving from the right to the left. Sorry, Josiane. So what we're going to do is first look at the middle of the forehead and then move right. So we're coming in a full circle, going back, and we'll meet up at the middle of the eye. So folks at home, join us. So first, we're going to look up at the middle of the forehead. Move your eyes. And then above the right eyebrow, to the side of the right eye, below the right eyelid, tip of your nose, below the left eyelid, to the left of the left eye, to the side of the left eye, above the left eyebrow, back to the center. I don't know, I think I may have lost track, but I believe that covers it. Let's go the other way now. One more time to complete that. We're going to go from the left back to the right. So you start off with the middle of the middle of the forehead, yes, between the eyebrows. Above the left eyebrow, to the left of the left eye, below the left eye, tip of the nose, below the right eye, to the right of the right eye, above the right eyebrow, back to the center. Whenever you wake up if you want to do these simple eye exercises 2 or 3 times every day, or maybe after we've sat at a computer, do you work a lot on the computer, Josiane?
Yes.
You do. So every 15, 20 minutes, give your eyes a break, and you don't have to do it as slowly as we do. We're doing it to workshop it with you, so you understand that there are ocular points around the eyes, which are very important. Those muscles are very important. I don't even know if my jargon is right. I don't know if they're called ocular points, but I know that they're very important. Now, as far as the breathing is concerned, we do also target the muscles. When we do the anulom
yes.
vilom, we already have targeted the muscles around the nose, so we don't need to go into that today. But it's important to just make circular movements. So you turn around, go all the way, and then go around. You can even do it on the bus. Don't worry about anyone sitting next to you.
Especially with dark glasses.
Well, yeah, that's right. With dark glasses, that's right. Yeah, great idea, Josiane. Before we forget, Josiane and I are going to do a few stretches, standing stretches. We're going to skip the balance stretches. Josiane hates them, so do I. So today we're going to skip that. Before we do that, a little bit of PR for ourselves. We did tell you where you can watch us. This is not exactly the postcard, but we have a postcard about half the size of this. This is actually one of 10 cards from my third title. It's called Yoga Secrets, as you can see, very well worn. Yoga Secrets has 10 ailment-specific cards inside for various ailments. We will be happy to send you a postcard. We'll also send you a fridge magnet and a little business card. I'm running out of these, but if you write to me early enough with the sequence on the back, put this in your wallet, stick this on your fridge, and put the postcard in your bag. Just don't give us any more excuses not to stretch. Josiane, are we ready? Okay. Do you have any favorite postures that you'd like to go with, or shall we just go transition in the standing one, skipping the balance? How's that?
Yeah, we can, whatever you decide,
Yeah, okay.
it's fine with me.
Okay. Let's do all the standing ones, skip the balance postures, because we're working the muscles. The balance postures don't actually work too many muscles. They just give us more focus. So we're going to do all the standing ones. I'll talk you through. I'm going to start. Josiane, why don't you come forward? I'm going to stagger myself to the back, heels together, toes slightly apart. Inhale, take your arms up to shoulder height, palms facing down. Keep inhaling. Take your arms all the way overhead, palms facing in. You're okay with that, mic? Good. We're going to exhale and fold from the hip. Keep your back nice and straight. Exhale and fold. Remember, if your hands don't touch your toes, that's fine. Place them at the ankles, at the shin, on the knees, but very lightly. Just make sure you make the connection. Now, this time we're going to inhale, bring our hands up to shoulder height. Then we will exhale and bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale. So when you exhale, you might find your body might come back just a little bit. Now, if the pressure is too much on your knees in this position, feel free to lean back just a little bit. So you take the weight off of your knees. Very nice. Inhale, come up. Exhale and release. Very nice, slow, controlled motions. Beautiful, Kristen. Next time we're going to drag you on the mat here. It's wonderful. We have a beautiful open studio here at MNN where we invite everyone to come and stretch with us. That's why you'll always see a few vacant mats. Sometimes people may be just curious. They may do a few stretches with us, but we know whatever we do, we know that people will get something out of this. So we're very happy for you to join us anytime. Let's turn to the right, Josiane. The first 3 postures we did were a transition sequence. So it was a block of 3. Bring your legs apart about 3 to 4 feet out. And then put your brakes on. When I say brakes on, I mean bring your toes in. Now, if you're very tall, you may want to bring your feet out further. But I'm happy. Josiane is taller than I am. I'm not very tall, so I'm going to keep my feet about this much. 3s or 3.5, whatever. Now, we bring the left foot out. Bring the left foot out. What we're going to do is we are going to just bring our arms up to shoulder height, dip our torso to the left. We'll bring our left hand down in front of the left ankle. Inhale, bring your arms up to shoulder height, palms facing down. We're going to lean forward just a little bit to give us that extra. No. Keep your knees straight. That's good. Not yet. You're ahead of yourself. We're going to exhale. We're just going to lean our torso forward just a little bit to give us that extra distance. And then exhale, dip your left arm. Your left hand comes in front of your left ankle. Right arm goes up. turn both your palms to face forward and look up at the raised hand. Inhale, let's come up. Then turn your left foot in. Put your brakes on in the left leg, left foot. Turn your right foot out and look to the right. Look at the extended arm on the right side. Exhale. Do not bend your knees just yet. Are you okay with that knee, right? We're not doing a knee bender just yet, but be careful with your knee anyway. We're going to exhale and dip our torso to the right. Right arm comes down in front of the right foot. Exhale, palms facing forward. Left arm goes up. Look up at your left arm. Left hand, actually, the tip of your left hand. You should feel a beautiful, delicious stretch in your hamstrings and in your adductor muscles. Adductor are the muscles inside your upper right thigh at the moment. It's basically the inside of your upper thigh. And hamstrings are behind your legs. Inhale, let's come up. Now let's keep our arms where they are. This time we're going to put the brakes on in the right foot. Bring the right foot in. Take your left foot out. There's going to be a slight variation in this next posture. It's called, the previous one was Trikonasana, 3 corners. The next one is Virabhadra, or brave warrior. We have 3 minutes left. I think we should be able to do about 3 postures. We're going to exhale and bend the left knee. Exhale and bend. Since we just have 3 minutes left, we're going to transition directly into the next posture. Exhale, dip your torso to the left, bring your left arm, left hand in front of your left ankle, right arm goes up. Both palms face forward. Keep exhaling. Look up at your right hand. Remember to have your brakes on in the right foot. You don't want your right foot extended out. You want your right foot turned in. Be nice and secure. Inhale, let's come up. Straighten your left knee, turn your left foot in, put the brakes on in your left foot, turn your right foot out, exhale, and bend the right knee. Now keep exhaling and dip your torso. Place your right palm in front of your right foot, left arm goes up. Inhale, let's come up. And exhale and release. That's a beautiful transition of 3 postures. I think we can sneak in another 2. Let's wiggle our feet a little closer, Josiane. You're okay with the back bend?
Yes.
Okay. Feet are about 6 to 8 inches apart. The closer your feet in this particular back bend, the more of a challenge. So if you really want to challenge yourself, get them closer. We're not very brave today, so we've got about 6 to 8 inches apart. Place your palms on your buttocks. Elbows go back, which means your chest has to come out. Take a nice deep inhale and lift your chin. Raise your head. 1 minute left. That's beautiful. Now, once you go past midpoint, exhale and glide your palms down the back of your thighs. Keep gliding. Bend your knees if you have to. Make the connection. Do not have your hands suspended in midair. Place it somewhere in the back of your legs. Inhale and come up. Straighten your knees. We can balance this posture with a beautiful forward fold. Get your legs out 4 feet. I've got them about 4 feet apart. I'm very ambitious today. I want to get a beautiful forward fold. Whatever you do, be safe. A little more, try to touch your head to the floor.
It's very relaxing in this position.
It is. It actually feels good. It's a